Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to study fourth topic of life process chapter, that is transportation. As you all know the meaning of transportation, transferring something from one place to another. So this transportation topic, we discussing two types of transportation in animals like human being and transportation in plants. So today we're discussing the topic transportation in human beings. So as you all know, the blood is the main fluid which transport all the substance in the body. Blood is consist of two things: plasma, the liquid part, okay, the fluid part is called plasma, and blood also having cells which are embedded in the fluid plasma. So we have RBC, WBC and other cells. So the function of plasma is to transport food, carbon dioxide and dissolve nitrogenous waste. And red blood cell which transport oxygen with the help of hemoglobin protein which is present inside the red blood cell. So blood is the only connective tissue which is liquid in state. You know the connective tissue like bones, tendons, ligament, these are connective tissues. Most of them are solid, but blood is the only liquid connective tissue which help in transportation. Then we move to heart, our pump heart. Heart is a muscular organ which having a fist size, almost in 9th standard also we have studied about muscular organ which is made of cardiac muscle, and throughout the life it pumps the blood to different parts of the body. So it is almost a fist size. You can see the fist size. Yeah, this much is the size of the heart. So let's take a general idea what heart exactly do. So heart pump the blood to the body, that is the pure blood or oxygenated blood to body. From body we collect all the impure blood, okay, blood which is carrying CO2. So it goes to the heart, and from heart it will pump to lungs. From lungs we get oxygenated blood or oxygen rich blood, and which again come back to the heart, and from heart it transport to body. So these process we will go in detail. Just I give you the general idea how the blood transport to different parts of the body between the lungs and between the body. Now in this process, move to the second part. Here you can see the structure of heart, the same structure but with more details. Here heart I have made 4 chambers, like 4 rooms, okay. The upper ones are called auricle, that's A denotes for auricle, okay, and the lower portion of the chamber of heart denotes from ventricles. V stand for ventricles. And just I give the right, this is on right side and this is on left side. So right auricle, left auricle, right ventricle, left ventricle. So if we put into half, this side is right and this side is left, okay. And sometime auricle is also called atrium or atria. Auricle, atria is for plural word. When we pronounce these two together it is called atria, and just once we want to pronounce the single chamber, that we call atrium. So heart having these 4 chambers. So we start from here. From body they collecting impure blood and goes to right auricle. Now this upper 2 chambers, right auricle and left auricle, are in relaxed position. They getting filled up with the blood. So these 2 chambers are relaxed and these 2 chambers are contracting, okay. So during the relaxed phase, blood is collected in right auricle and left auricle. Once they get filled up, here sphincter muscles are there on the corner, they get closed and this wall opens. These are 2 types of wall. One is a tricuspid wall and another is bicuspid, but it is not in syllabus, so we are not pronouncing the type of walls. Just we say general word, it is walls. VALVES, that is the walls I'm talking about. Then this impure blood is collected to right auricle. Once it filled up, this here gate get closed by sphincter muscles, and this will start moving to right ventricle. Here also blood is collected and it will move to left ventricle. Now this lower portion is relaxed now, and upper portion is getting contracted, so it pushing the blood to next chamber in both the cases together. Once the chamber is filled up, these walls get closed, okay, and then they will start contracting both the lower chambers of ventricles. They will contract and they push the blood. This blood will goes to the lungs. So this is a impure blood or deoxygenated blood or blood carrying carbon dioxide. Here deoxygenated CO2 is given and oxygen is taken inside the lungs, specifically alveoli. Alveoli is the place in the lungs where exchange of gases takes place. Once the blood receives the oxygenated oxygen, the blood become oxygenated. Oxygenated blood is poured into left auricle, then from left auricle to left ventricle, and then both the ventricles contract together and blood is distributed to body. Now we go through the functions, how ventricles and walls are function. The function of both the ventricles are pump the blood into various organs. That's why the wall of ventricles are very thick, okay, compared to auricles. Auricle having thin walls because they don't need too much pressure to contract, but the ventricles they get very high pressure to reach the blood to different parts of organ. That's why ventricle walls are thick, and that's why they contract the walls, and they send the blood to body parts as well as lungs. So muscular walls are thicker than atria. This is the actual reason why ventricle walls are thick. Next is function of walls. So wall function is, here two walls are there, okay. Once the blood moves from left auricle to LV, RA to RV, these walls get closed and they don't allow the blood to go back. So function of walls are, blood does not flow backward, okay. That is the actual function of walls. So in next video we will continue to study this same structure with more specific names. That our next topic is oxygen enters the blood into the lungs. That is our next topic. Thank you for listening, and this is the part 1 video. Now we move to the part 2 video of transportation.